guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and I am bringing you another spread from one of my fave spread books, my tarot spread books, called 365 Tarot Spreads, and it says Revealing the Magic in Each Day, and this is by Sasha Graham. I just did yesterday's spread, and I thought it was so awesome that I absolutely have to share it. I know there are some people that have this book, but I figured, you know, I would just share the spread. Doesn't mean you have to go out and buy the book. Maybe just do the spread and you can do a little VR, or you can just work on it at home, or, you know, whatever. Or maybe you do have this book and you did yesterday's spread and you just want to let me know how it went. So let me actually go to yesterday, August 7th. Okay. So this was the spread. It was the Florentine magic spread. And it says, on this day, construction began on this day in 1420 on the dome of the Duomo, Florence's great cathedral, which I have seen on my short jaunt to Florence when I was singing in Viterbo. Standing in the city center, it is proclaimed by many to be the most beautiful in all of Europe. I think it's gorgeous. Summation of the spread. Access Italian magic, birthplace of the Renaissance, home to Dante Alighieri, Galileo, Roberto Cavalli, and the Medici family. This miraculous city is the inspiration for a spread using the jewels of Florence to inform its questions. Okay, and then we have some info on the side. Streets in Florence often have different names from one end of the street to the other, and this is reminiscent of life's journey. Sometimes you begin in one place and it brings you down a path leading you where you least expect it. And then down here, Italy is the birthplace of tarot insofar as historians can trace it. The cards were first a game among noble courts and families. It soon became a tavern game enjoyed by the masses, used for gaming long before divination. Few could have foreseen the evolution of modern tarot. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this spread here, and I'll take you step by step through each of the cards in case you would like to do this spread as well. And I have my deck here, which is the Beautiful Rebellion. To me, it is like having the Tarot of Delphi, so I'm totally excited. And here are the backs of my cards. It is so pretty. So I think that this artwork will be wonderful to use for this spread. Okay, so my first card, Renaissance. What revival am I experiencing? Ooh, it's a good one. So put that up there. Okay, and then number 2, Wobbly Gardens. What is blooming? I'm going to put this there. And number 3, Uffizi Gallery. How am I creative? Ooh. I'll put this down here. And then number 4, Pitti Palace. How can I treat myself like royalty? Move my little stone. Oops, how'd that get flipped over? No, peeking. Okay, and then number 5, Vecchio Bridge. What helps me get to where I'm going? I have been to the Ponte Vecchio, and I sang about it when I got to sing O Mio Babbino. So I'm just moving this down so you guys can see this card. Number 6, Statue of David. What helps me tone my muscles? This one actually goes down below, so I'm going to set this off to the side so you guys can see it too. And number 7, Cuisine. How can I make healthy food to feel indulgent? Okay. So we have our cards. I'm going to put the other cards back in my little bag. And let's actually take a look-ski. So again, I'm going to go over the different places. So number 1 here is Renaissance. What revival am I experiencing? Number 2, Wobbly Gardens. What is blooming? Number 3, Uffizi Gallery. How am I creative? Number 4, Pitti Palace. How can I treat myself like royalty? Number 5, Vecchio Bridge. What helps me get where I am going? Number 6, which would be down here, I put off to the side over here. Statue of David, what helps me tone my muscles. As you guys know, I'm Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And then number 7 over here, cuisine, how can I make healthy food feel indulgent? Okay, so let's go ahead and turn these cards over. So Renaissance, what revival am I experiencing? Temperance, ooh. So it looks like the revival I am experiencing is a new way to look at alchemy, how I'm mixing certain things in my life, how I'm bringing certain energies together. Yeah, and that's kind of been what I've been doing. I mean, I have a lot of projects. I've been doing a lot of different things with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And yeah, I'd say that's pretty par for the course. A lot of mixing and matching and balancing and all that good stuff. Okay, let's look at number 2, Bubbly Gardens. What is blooming? What is blooming for me right now? Ooh, the Ace of Cups. So it seems like I have a lot of, well, this whole summer I have been making new relationships, meeting people that I've only known here on YouTube and in social media. So yeah, this is a time to make new friends and meet new people, and at the same time, like my my little tarot business is really taking off. Like I'm actually pretty booked with readings, and it's pretty freaking awesome. So, so yeah, that's what's blooming right now, and I'm pretty stoked about it. Next, we have the Uffizi Gallery. How am I creative? So let's look down here. Ooh, we have the 3 of Swords. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me move it up. Okay, so number 3. Number 3 is the 3 of Swords. Nice. Okay, so how am I creative? I think that there are a lot of things I do that other people do, you know, with their tarot business. You know, I mean, when you're working with tarot and around the same type of creative people, we'll tend to do things that are very similar. But I think I can take things that have been done by other people or are very similar and make them my own. I throw in my own personality, I throw in who I am. I'm not trying to force anything, and I'm just who I am. You know, I'm just me, you know, and I just do the tarot like me, like nobody else. You know, I just I just do me, girlfriend. So yeah, yeah, I think that's very interesting. That's an interesting way using the 3 of Swords. Cool, cool. All right, next we have Pitti Palace. How can I treat myself like royalty? And this card I accidentally flipped over by accident. And we have the Ace of Wands. So by treating myself like royalty is basically following my passions and doing the things that I love doing. You know, it's not something that somebody else wants to do or I'm being forced to do. You know, because it's like a requirement of a job or something. But like whenever I do anything that feeds into the things that I genuinely would love to do for free, that's what makes me feel like royalty. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so now let's go into number 5, which is down here. Vecchio Bridge, what helps me get where I am going? And here we have the Devil. Very beautiful representation, by the way. There are several different artists, you know, Renaissance artists and artists turn of the century, and I love all this art. But okay, so the Devil, how what helps me get to where I am going? You know, as much as I have my, you know, my spiritual practice, and I have my head up in the heavens and the clouds, and you know, and sometimes not on planet Earth. The very things that can get me to where I'm going are the things that are from the earth. You know, the job that I have right now, you know, using my income from that job to help my tarot business, and utilizing the tools that I have here around me, that aren't necessarily like spiritual tools. I mean, they're just like your everyday, mundane, earthly tools. And I have to utilize those too. You know, not everything can be all woo woo. You know, sometimes I have to be very practical and I have to use what's here on planet Earth. So I think that's very interesting. Okay. Next we have number 6, which couldn't fit down here, so I moved it off to the side. And we have the statue of David, what helps me tone my muscles. And we have the Page of Cups. You know, I did this spread last night and I got almost these very similar cards, so that's very interesting. Okay, so Page of Cups. And I got the page yesterday as well, so I just need to maybe come at my workout routine in the weight room from a very novice perspective. Sometimes I tend to think, oh, well, no, this is the best exercise for me, and oh, well, I've always done it this way, so this is how I'm always going to do it in the weight room. But I tend to create boredom that way. So if I came at, you know, how I work my muscles in the weight room and in my home gym through a novice perspective of just like, oh, wow, what if I tried this? What if I did this? I think that I would have a lot more fun and I could stave off a lot of the boredom that I sometimes get. Okay, actually, that's like a really good message. Okay, last one, number 7, and this is cuisine. How can I make healthy food feel indulgent? This is the $1 million answer. 9 of Wands. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so to make food feel indulgent, usually we're thinking of the Knight of Wands of like, you know, standing your ground and wearily, you know, standing your post while you fight off things. But I'm thinking if I were just like, you know, at the table, just like really casual, not rushing through my food, maybe just have like, well, I can't really have, well, I can have white wine, you know, because my heart thing, but maybe white wine or a beer or something like that once in a while with dinner, maybe just like a really nice drink, maybe set some candles and just make it a long, drawn out affair. I think that the healthy food, which I don't think I make, or my boyfriend makes crap like healthy food. Like, it's healthy, but it's really freaking delicious. But I think that if we spent more time at the table instead of rushing just to eat, and made it more of like when I was in Italy, like it was like a thing, you know. It wasn't just dinner, it wasn't just lunch or one of the many meals, but it was, you know, time to spend with your friends, time to contemplate things, time to relax and unwind. And I think if I did more of that, I wouldn't feel like, oh, I'm eating healthy food. It's like I'm having an enjoyable experience with the person that I love, which is the dude, and the other 2 little furry people that I love, which is Wally and Loki. Not at the same time right now because they don't quite get along in the same room, but one at a time, you know, they're at the dinner table. So yeah. So I found this spread to be really eye-opening. I just felt like I needed to share it with you guys. Again, this comes from the 365 Tarot Spreads by Sasha Graham, and this was for August 7th, which was yesterday, and this was the Florentine Magic Spread. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any comments or questions, please place those down below. And if you want to catch a reading with me, maybe you want me to do the Florentine Magic Spread, and I'd be more than happy to do so. Just leave that in the note to the seller upon booking. So head over to www.kittensweightsandtarot.com to get that all set up. I have so many different types of readings. You choose the one that best fits your style. And don't forget to head over to patreon.com/kittensweightsandtarot to help support me as I try to get my first Oracle deck off the ground, and all the other projects that I have in the works, and help out with some ideas, and you are part of Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. Plus, you get lots of freebies in the process. All right, so that's it from me, spiritual homies, and I will catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out!